All right. Hello, everyone. You have the Cleary innovation team here. So I am Alona Logunova. I'm the director of practice innovation. And I'm joined by Megan, who is our practice innovation manager. We are
Hello.
really excited to share with you, what we've got cooking today. And we use that pun not so lightly. It really is quite intentional. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a chance to briefly introduce ourselves a little bit more. So Megan, I'll start with you and then I'll
Sure.
take it from there and then we'll dive right in.
Great. So I'm Megan McMillan, Practice Innovation Manager at Cleary, practicing lawyer for about 15 years in transactional law, and then moved into more of a KM and innovation role and been with Cleary for about 5 months.
And I'm the director of practice innovation as Megan, really, working to found the innovation function at Cleary, which is very exciting. And we are working to bring in technologies to think about how we use technology to augment and accelerate our workflows and really just, embed AI into our organization more thoughtfully and more holistically. And of course, other innovation agenda items that roll from there. Exactly to that point, what we are introducing here today is how we started to think about our innovation journey and what we thought about as we brought our pilots forward, right? So as we all know, I'm sure many of us are involved in pilots as we speak of various technologies that we're thinking about testing within our organizations. And as we started to do this, and Megan and I put our heads together and we worked with our broader team, we were thinking about how we could do this systematically so that we could really understand what we had in the pipeline, but understanding too that it wasn't just about us. This is very much a team effort, right? There is no I in team. And we were working hand in hand with our other friends across support functions, across InfoSec and risk, our internal GC's office, our enterprise applications team, our infrastructure team, right? Our wider our IT colleagues, our lawyers, really working across our organization in terms of reviewing each of the vendors, understanding what they bring forward, understanding how to put the pilot together, working within our own team. And there was just a lot to track and manage around each of the pilots and each of the vendors that we were reviewing. And we really thought about, how it was that we could make something easily accessible when we were tracking all of these items around bringing the pilots forward, and also easily explained to everyone that needed to see and everyone that needed to understand, including our leadership team within the firm, what it is that we're doing and what we're bringing forward. And, we took a really human-centric approach in terms of doing this. We thought about what was accessible in our daily lives and how we understood things, how we appreciated transparency. And a concept that came up for us was an open kitchen concept, right? If you walk into a restaurant and you see a kitchen that's open, there is some sort of peace of mind or some sort of satisfaction that you get from seeing everything orderly and everything working and the cleanliness of the kitchen, right? And the process. And understanding too that as you're having dinner or lunch or whatever it is, you're not looking over at the kitchen 100% of the time. But you know that any time that you look over, you will see exactly what's happening in real time at each moment in time. And we really wanted to experientially recreate that sort of experience, that sort of clarity of perspective, that sort of transparency with our audience, with all of our stakeholders, with all of our lawyers, and really wanted to bring the sort of open kitchen pilot tracker concept to life. And so with that, we really did that. We put it together, and Megan, I will hand it to you in terms of, the mastermind behind the creation of this and how you were thinking about it in terms of the format, the accessibility, and what you put together.
Yeah, awesome. So exactly what Alona said, we really, one of the things that kept coming up was just this concept of transparency and wanting to make sure that we could have sort of real time, very clear insight into what we're working on and where we are in the process. A lot of times, as we know, pilots get postponed or things, the schedule changes, and we wanted people to know why instead of it just being sort of this empty communication around, oh, delay, delay. And we also wanted to have a way to communicate, as Alona said, with our colleagues that were working with us on rolling these out. So looking at what was available to us, we landed on an Excel spreadsheet that we're sharing in OneDrive so that it is a collaborative document. We have swim lanes for each of our colleagues that we mentioned that are involved in our pilots. So we have the InfoSec group, we have the risk team, we have our knowledge solutions team, various IT functions that are working with us on building up these pilots from a technical perspective. And within the spreadsheet, we have real-time updates on what's happened, where we're going. We've also, with our users now jumping into this spreadsheet, we've had some requests for, can you have a link to the demo? Could you have a brief summary of what the tool does? So it's really been iterative and has a ton of information in one place. And so now our users, our colleagues that we're working with, everyone can go to this tracker, see where things are, have resources available. We also have links to our full pilot user group list, which has been very helpful also with transparency. Also, as Lona mentioned recently, creates a little FOMO, which I think is a good thing to get people involved in our pilots. So it's been super helpful, I think, as we've built our process internally to have a one-stop shop for everyone that also just is full transparency. We're not trying to hide anything. We want everyone involved. It's been super successful.
And that's that. And we are just so excited to share with you what we've been cooking up. We are excited to extend this concept to across our other pilot initiatives that we have rolling out, and really thinking, again, from a design thinking lens, how can we make it accessible? How can we make it inviting? How can we bring this information forward in a way that's clear and transparent and engaging so that people are excited to engage with whatever we put in front of them around our pilots? And that's all we have for you today. We're so happy to follow up if you have any questions. Thank you so much to the Skills team for inviting us and including us.
Thank you.